After a week off, hopefully many of you have had time to catch up on old assignments and find the tech you need to continue to work on class from home. I'm recording this video to introduce this week's work and go over what to expect in this course as we transition to an online course. As always, there are many resources available to you for the successful completion of this course. Besides the tools I put in our class, you can find Canvas support here on Canvas both by phone and by chat. You can get tutoring help with your homework from tutor.com. Keep in mind those resources are for after you've completed the reading and doing of the course material provided in the class. In general, you need to read and do all of the items listed under resources, then attempt your homework. This week I've included video in some of the more complex assignments. You can follow along with me as I discuss and complete the assignment. With YouTube, you can start, stop, pause, and rewind at your own pace. Let's look at what's on Canvas for our computer applications class. I've added a new module called Transition from On-Ground to Online Assessment. It has one thing in it, a survey. By now you're pretty familiar with the self-assessment surveys for our class, but this one is fairly extensive. It's designed for me to better know what your learning situation is, as well as for you to think creatively and out of the box in order to succeed in this unprecedented transition. You can't get any question wrong. Please complete this by Friday so I can make adjustments for you and the class accordingly. For those of you who have cell phones and gaming consoles, realize that you can use them to support your work here in Canvas. Next, we pick up with Module 9 and some more complex uses of Excel and spreadsheets. Under Resources, you have the textbook reading and doing for this week. This is not a suggested reading. This is required reading. If you attempt to start your homework without reading and doing the pages assigned in Lesson 5 and Lesson 9, you'll work twice as hard backtracking and figuring things out. Not that you're required to read and do all the pages in both chapters. This page explains where to start and end each lesson and provides all of the working files for all of the pages. The reading is followed by 4 links to additional training. The if function and applying data validation to cells are links to training in Microsoft support pages. There's a video to watch and tasks to follow along. These spreadsheet tools are very powerful, and getting a second perspective from the text will help you better understand the use and application of these tools. The Google Sheets function list is there for your reference. For 95% of spreadsheet functions, Google and Excel have the same functions, even if they're sometimes called differently. You do not have to read this page. The fourth and final link is from Goodwill Community Foundation's Learn Free site. I recommend reading and doing this set of lessons. It will be a good foundation for the order form assignment. Moving on to assignments. You have 4 traditional assignments and the standard weekly self-assessment quiz. Using statistical functions to analyze game wins and losses is right out of Lesson 5 in your reading. You can complete this assignment in Office 365 Online, installed Excel, or Google Sheets. It's a straightforward assignment. Allow your spreadsheet to do your work for you. Always reference cells in your formulas and functions. Build formulas to track merchandise stock levels is also out of Lesson 5. This assignment requires you to do a little thinking or research. You will need to use a formula or function that isn't handed to you in the assignment. Use function search tools to identify a function that will accomplish your calculating goals. Do not add up the stock units that are 0 in your head and type the value into the cell. You must calculate the value using this spreadsheet. We're making a spreadsheet for continued use, not just one day. Failing to use formulas and functions to calculate the value will reduce your grade for this assignment. Home buying comparison is an assignment right out of Lesson 9. While the instructions are straightforward, I understand many of you are visual and audible learners, so I've recorded myself doing the assignment in the past. Feel free to follow along while you complete your work. The video is 5 minutes and 23 seconds long. It is recommended you to complete this assignment in some version of Excel. Installed would be ideal. Using multiple spreadsheet features and functions for an order form is an assignment from outside of your text, but it is introduced in the GCF Learn Free link. I strongly recommend doing the GCF Learn Free reading before attempting this assignment or contacting a mentor or tutor.com. You may complete this assignment in Google Sheets, Office 365 Online, or installed Excel. I have provided a YouTube video of myself discussing and completing the assignment, which you can watch while you do the work. The video is 19 minutes and 22 seconds long. It was completed in Excel 2013, but it should look just like any other version of Excel you're using. If you like working with the insert function dialog box, remember that's only available for folks using installed Excel. You must use formulas and functions to calculate everything. In order to receive full credit, I'll need to be able to change the items and shipping on the order form and still have it calculate correctly. As always, after you've completed the course and your homework, please complete the self-assessment survey at the end of the module. Attendance for this week depends on you making a reasonable attempt at doing the homework on time. If you do not submit any homework for the week, you will not get credit for attendance in week 9. If you submit all your homework late, you will also not get credit for attendance. It's critical you do at least something each week for the remainder of the semester.